Hi friends. Today morning I attended a workshop which was conducted by Miss Maheshwari Natarajan. She is a psychology teacher in a school in Chennai. She teaches 11th and 12th standard and she's also the principal of the school. So today she had presented the workshop mainly based on emotional intelligence, and the title given for the workshop was Happy Teachers Create Happy Classroom. So I thought of sharing a few slides with you that were presented in the workshop today, and a few words about what the presentation is all about. So here in the first slide we can see that when we are happy, how we can make our classrooms as a happy one. So the main thing which centers around is the emotional intelligence of a person. So here the important thing is the happiness level of a person. So your emotion decides your output, your outcome in a certain area. So if you are aware of your own emotions, you bring out the best in it. And then they have mentioned about the strategies of self-regulation. When we know that we are lacking in something, or if we can identify our strengths and weaknesses, we'll work towards utilizing our strengths and work on how to improve or come out of our weaknesses. And then we have to understand the relationships between our colleagues or the people in our workplace, and then decoding the language of behavior which is more applicable to the people around us. Maheshwari ma'am further shows it with a beautiful representation about the domains of emotional intelligence, which is mainly centered on self-awareness, and then self-motivation and self-regulation, and then finally on social awareness. So when we are aware of our own positives and negatives, we can work out on that and how we motivate ourselves every day. So she beautifully put it in a few words, like every morning when we get up, she said we should have the habit of looking at ourselves in the mirror and praise ourselves, saying that you are good, you are going to be a good person, you're going to have a good day. So when you feel good, you will ultimately do good. And once you are self-motivated, you will know when you have to self-regulate, that is to bring under control the aspects which you think you may have gone wrong. And then comes your social awareness. When you are self-aware, you will know the behavioral tactics when you are in the society. So here she has shown how we are self-aware. When we have the feeling that I'm afraid of something, or someone is being unfair to us, or we feel that we are trying to succeed in some situation, that is the surface level of our self-awareness. But deep down, when we think of ourselves, deep down when we explore our own thoughts, we can ask the same question, same details as questions. Like if we say that I'm afraid of something, we have to analyze what we are afraid of and who is being unfair to us. Is it really someone else, or is it our own personality, our own selves, which is being unfair to ourselves? And when we say I'm trying to succeed, I'm trying to win over something, we have to think and analyze, are we really working towards succeeding in something? So ma'am further added that how do we develop self-awareness? Once we find our strengths and weaknesses, we work on our thoughts and beliefs. The more and more positive we think, and the more we believe that something is going to happen the way we expect it to happen, we are going to work towards achieving our goals. And then the emotions and motivations, as I told with the previous slide, the more and more we motivate ourselves, saying that we are going to have a positive day, we are going to be good and doing good, we feel that we are emotionally balanced. And we'll now look at some strategies to bring down a self-regulation on our emotions. Here are some toolkits for the teachers. The 3 strategies that are shown here are stop, care, and please. So let us look at what stop is. The moment we are into an emotional outburst, we should immediately stop reacting. Let's take a deep breath, observe what the situation is, pull ourselves back into an emotional stability, and then we should have the habit of meditating and practicing this habit regularly, so that we are able to deal that emotional outburst and be calm in that situation. Care is the second strategy. When we expand care, we learn that it is the code of conduct that we follow in a profession, which also works towards our emotional stability. Acquire knowledge about your students to be able to cope proactively. So when we know the student's background, when we know the details about a student in a given situation, it is easier to handle and empathize with the student depending on the situation they are in. Reflective practices and self-confidence help you in different difficult situations. You engage with your colleagues and ensure that you are not in a situation alone. So this is where the teamwork and having confidence with each other in a workplace comes into execution. The last strategy, which is an easier one to remember, is please. So please, here they have mentioned as physical illness. So whenever we have a physical illness, it definitely reflects in our workplace as well as in the personal front. So when we enter a classroom, if we have a physical illness, better we get it treated and then get into the classroom or deal with people and students. The second point is eat healthy, avoid mood altering drugs. When we are taking medicines which can alter our mood, may bring in mood swings, drugs or alcohol, it is going to reflect again in our emotional levels, and directly it affects our behavioral aspects. And the most important are sleeping well and exercising, so that we have a good routine. Ma'am suggested while speaking that every day we must take regular walks take care of our own physical presence so that our emotional stability also is maintained. Ultimately, it is us to be happy, to create a happy classroom, and a higher happiness quotient can be a reality only when the person who enters the classroom is having a happiness quotient. And the only condition that it has to begin with is us. I request Jyoti ma'am to prompt and correct me if I have been wrong somewhere. Thank you, teachers, for listening to me.